Hi, this is Mark Stowers with Podcasting Training, and I'd like to share with you today how you can make money through advertising. You know, one of the things that we find is that as you start enjoying doing podcasting, you want to try and figure out how to make some money at it. And we're going to share with you some tips that we have in terms of using advertising to make some money. You know, when podcasting, you want to dominate your competition and make money. These are two key components to total podcasting success. Great advertising strategies are essential if you want to stand out from your competition and make that money. You know, what you want to try and do is you want to try and make the advertisers come to you. And the only way you can really do that is making sure that your podcast is very successful and that you have a lot of statistics showing that you have quite a few downloads and quite a few activities going on with your podcast. At that point, advertisers will be beating their way to your door. You know, advertising helps you gain credibility by having a podcast on iTunes where 75% of all podcasts are downloaded. You can create instant credibility. A podcast gives you the upper hand on your competition and provides more exposure for your message than traditional marketing methods, ultimately helping you to make more money. Being on the web, you have the opportunity to market both locally as well as globally. This allows you to reach your people than you ever imagined. People are becoming more and more interested in advertising on podcasts. You can make a lot of money from people who want to advertise through your podcast. You know, the interesting thing about advertising strategy is every time I walk into a place where people are working out, and I always see a whole bunch of people with their earphones on listening to either a podcast or music or whatever the case may be, and I'm always thinking, you know, that's a great place to do some advertising for my customers. So advertising is important, and you know, a lot of people are listening to podcasts when they work out, when they walk the dog, or even in the car. And you can choose to advertise for niche markets. You would want to find a merchant who wants to be part of your podcast, and you will want to review the theme of your podcast. Does it match with that advertiser that is talking to you? Ask yourself, what do you want to endorse? You know, there are some products you may want to endorse, and there may be other products you may not want to endorse. And ask yourself if there are any related fields in particular that you would like to endorse. You know, a great point of fact is my internet podcast that I have is called Increase My Small Business, and I have a lot of people coming to me within the business field, bookkeeping, file maintenance, and tax related issues that people come and try and get on my podcast. And so it's a great place to have related products associated with your podcast. Overall, this type of advertising can help you make a lot of money and potentially lifelong business friendships. You know, I do advertising for a friend of mine, and she wasn't a friend of mine until we started talking, and we really became friends, and that was really helpful to me because she also provides me her list of potential people that I can podcast with. And so not only is she helping me grow my business, but she's also a great friend. You can choose to advertise in geographic areas. You should try to focus on one area and target local companies. For example, you may want to promote a specific geographic region, such as Black Hills National Park. There may be a camping equipment supply company wanting to reach that audience. With your podcast, you are now providing a means to reach their target audience. You know, I have a friend of mine in Las Vegas who sells quivers, which is the things that hold bows and arrows. And, you know, he does a lot of sales on related outdoor equipment as well. So it's really going to be up to you as to how big you can expand your business with your podcast. As you can see, podcasting can be a great way to make some money. Take these advertising tips into consideration, and you will find success. Hey, this is Mark Stowers with Podcasting Training. You know, I have a great book and also about 100 clips, music clips that you can pick up for $70. Just go down below and sign up, and the book will get you podcasting within a couple of days. All you have to do is follow the step-by-step procedures, and you will be up and running pretty quickly. Again, this is Mark Stowers. See you later.